Hey, how's it going? It's Al. So I'm taking over our YouTube channel on Mondays for the next year because I am doing the MAMBA year. So, what is the MAMBA year? I'm so glad you asked. I am dedicating the next year of my life because I'm turning 24 this week. So I'm dedicating the 24th year of my life to Kobe Bryant and the MAMBA mentality. So, what does that mean? How did this all, I'm gonna answer all these questions. So growing up playing basketball, everybody knew Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was all over the place. He was in his prime. Everything was awesome. He was just this amazing athlete that everyone looked up to. Our coaches would tell us to watch him on TV, and everyone looked up to him, and myself included in that. And I even got the Kobe shoes. I loved them. They were my favorite. And, you'd listen to the song Kobe Bryant that Lil Wayne sang, when you're at the gym, you're like just trying to like emulate and like do everything. And like, it was so cool because he was such an inspiration. And obviously, unfortunately, there was the tragic helicopter accident where he and all the others lost their lives. And that was like, holy cow, like this person who seemed like, it was like they were like untouchable is just like gone. And it like brought like a whole new meaning to me for like the whole like Mamba mentality and like what he was about and everything like that. So it was just perfect timing came about for my 24th year is happening. And I was like, what'd be really cool is to just dedicate this year to the Mamba mentality. What is the Mamba mentality? I think in the shortest way to possibly explain it, I think is just the obsession with greatness. And I don't think it is necessarily like targeted at one thing. I think it's just as generically as possible is just the obsession with greatness. And I really like that, and I just want to channel that. And I thought, okay, how can I do this? I took a lot of inspiration from one of my favorite people in the whole world. That's Brittany, my friend who is a professional marathon runner. She like has all these like cool training themes, and she takes like inspiration from like whatever her theme is for the week. She takes like different inspiration from them in many different ways, and it's really, really, really cool. And I thought like, okay, maybe I can pull this off with like one theme for a whole year. And I'm really excited about it. So I'm going to be taking over the next year just different things. What am I touching the tree? What does that mean? Like I get the whole like Mamba mentality thing, but like what does that mean? What are you going to be doing? Well, it's really, really kind of complicated, and I'm still like working out all the details because I have in the past, historically, I try to make this like perfect plan and make it 100%, and it's like perfectly scheduled out, and then I just like completely lack on the execution. So what I'm working on now is to just get the plan to about like 75% of the way, and then just like actually follow through with it, and then kind of tweak it and make adjustments from there. So it's kind of in a rough stage right now, but I'll still be sharing everything that I'm doing. But what that means like from me to you is I'm going to be sharing a weekly YouTube video. I've picked out 52 different quotes from Kobe himself, and I'm going to kind of break those apart and explain and just kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like unpiece them, unpiece them,
Unravel?
like kind of like unravel them and just kind of like talk about them. Yeah, and just kind of interpret them and just kind of share that and just what different things mean in all aspects of life. So on top of that, I'm also going to be doing I'm working on kind of like big, like almost like your BHAGs, like your big hairy goals or whatever they're called. So it's just like some really big goals that almost seem like they are like so unattainable that you're like, this would be crazy if I did this, but it's also like something that is like kind of achievable. So just like your big, scary, like crazy goal. So just having a few of those big goals for the year. And then I'm going to be breaking down every month, just working on monthly goals and just like a lot of process. And I think one of the big quotes that I'll start you with is actually on my phone background right now, but it basically came right out of Kobe's book. He said, not word for word, but something about like, it's not about like the result, it's about like how you're getting there, and it's about like enjoying the process, and it's about the way that you live, and it's about the way of life, and it's the lifestyle. And so I'm kind of working on just putting all that together and like really truly making every day count instead of just like letting the days go by. And so being really intentional with everything every day, and I'm really excited about it. So I'll share exactly everything that I can, all of my goals that I'm putting out, and you know, all that stuff, and just like hopefully like little bits of inspiration for you, like whether you are like trying to go to medical school, or you're trying to lose 10 pounds, or you're trying to go, you know, run a half marathon, whatever that may be. Hopefully I can help give you some inspiration, some motivation. And the biggest thing too is that, like, you may be like, Alex, like why? Like why? Like why? Like why would you do something like this? Like this sounds like why? Like what? Well, first of all, let me tell you, my brain is just weird, and I just like to do fun things like this. But I think it also is like super, super cool, and it really helps, kind of helps everything come full circle, come back together. And I think it's important to, like, if you have a goal and you say, okay, and in the next year I want to do this big goal, and to just keep yourself like motivated and inspired along the way, I think it's important to have something that you can like draw back from. And when things get hard, what are you going to go back to? And so I think just like having a why, and then Brianna's itching her finger. Sorry. So just having a why. Are you done laughing? Okay. So just having a why, and then just always being able to keep myself just motivated and inspired, and just to keep having that intention. And so I'm really excited to like just kind of like pour into this and just like focus on it for a little bit, and it's gonna be really fun, and I'm really excited about it. Yeah. So that's it. So that's the MAMBA year. So the MAMBA year is starting on September 14th, 2020. It's going to September 18th, 2021, because that's the end of my 24th year. So I am super excited. I'll be sharing everything with you as I go, but that's it. That's what we're doing, and follow along, and I can't wait to see you there and see what kind of big things you guys are going to do in the next year. I'm really excited. So I guess maybe what I forgot to mention is that like I've got like all different kinds of goals, like physical and like mental, and like just all of those different kinds of things. So yeah, it's not just necessarily like, oh, like I'm gonna try to hold my breath underwater for 28 minutes, like anything like weird. Like they're like really relevant goals to me, but then also like some big goals. So definitely have a lot of motivation from our friend Brittany, because in her video it was so cool. She said like chase your big dream, like have like what's your big goal, like just go do it. So